You're listening to Snippets from the Summit with your host, Scott McKay.
How's it going, gentlemen? This is your main man, Scott McKay, coming at you again with another Snippet from the Summit as part of the Mountaintop podcast from X&Y Communications. Today, I have a simple question for you. Are you trying to get women or forget women? Now, it's a simple question, but the answer might be a little complicated for a lot of guys. What about you? See, if you're trying to get women, then you're doing what it takes to be a better man who gets better women. Being a big four man is a big part of that, so you can deserve what you want. If you're trying to forget women, well, what you're doing is you're attempting to deny your masculine nature, which fits by definition, by nature, like a puzzle piece with feminine nature. Well, see, the reason why I ask such a simple question today is because I think men are polarizing themselves more and more in one direction or the other. Now, I talk a lot about the guys who are going their own way, the red-pilled guys, the manosphere guys, and there are plenty of people on YouTube and all over the internet, frankly, trying to persuade even more men down their path of saying, hey, you know what, women are no good, they're not worth your effort, there are better ways to, well, satisfy your urges than being with a real woman nowadays in this technological age of AI anyway. So we have more and more AI girlfriend sites popping up. We have, more and better porn in different situations popping up, a lot of it driven by AI as well. And guys are thinking, you know what? Why spend the money? Why even take any risk whatsoever when it comes to women? I mean, it isn't even about STDs or a phobia of HIV nowadays anymore, is it? It's really more of a phobia of, I'm going to have to pay this woman's way. I'm going to get hit with paternity suits. And if on the off chance I ever stupidly decided to actually have children, which I don't want anyway, because children are just really a major drain on all of my time and resources anyway, I'd rather be doing what I'm doing. She's just going to drag me off to divorce court, take everything, take all my wealth, and run with it. Well, what this has led to, as I've talked about time and again around here, is a mindset nowadays where if we even want to get into a relationship with a female human being, and of course, this is not gender specific, women feel the same way about men in many, many ways, especially the younger generation. If I'm going to take the risk of even getting into a relationship, I better get something out of it. What's in it for me? Gentlemen, what's missing from this entire big picture is that golden concept of connection. Having another human being who is on your team and you're on theirs. You are together. You can communicate. You spend time together and it's quality time, not negative time. There's this pessimism that's crept into our culture, not only at the socio-political level, but at the psychosexual level. And what you're seeing is not an illusion. It's not a mirage. We are being trained, I would say, indoctrinated against being with women, and women are being indoctrinated against being with men. Look at the number of women who would rather just have a female partner. Look at the number of people who would rather be non-binary and just, avoid this whole melee to begin with. They may have a point given the way culture has gone. But nevertheless, even though it is a risk-reward scenario, we as men who embrace this male-female dynamic that was designed as such to bring us in partnership with each other as men and women will reap the rewards if we're big four men who seek only other big four women. Guys, I have a brand new program on this called The Big Four Woman that you can find at mountaintoppodcast.com/Big Four Woman, spelled out. And it lays out every step insofar as who is this big four woman, how do you spot her out there, how do you attract her, and how do you build a relationship with her. But the short version, guys, is this. You know a virtuous woman when you see her. If she's not authentic, she's not genuine, and she doesn't like men, what business do we have trying to cobble together a relationship that she's not ready for? When you meet women who actually like men, who are optimistic and generous, who want to have a good relationship and, importantly, are sane instead of batshit crazy, that's a great start. A lot of us as men are assuming none of those women are left out there. And if they are, they've been taken by some other guy. Well, first of all, why don't you be one of the guys who steps up and takes them before some other guy does? That's a great question in and of itself. And it makes that battle cry of, oh, they're all taken, sound more and more like an excuse, doesn't it? Well, listen, guys, with the way things are around here nowadays, especially in Western culture, most women and most men have sworn off the other gender. They've sworn off the idea of a relationship. They've given up on it. It's like I say in the program, The Big Four Woman, it's not like there's a war of the sexes anymore. It's like there's been a mutual surrender, which is very different. Gentlemen, be one of the few and the proud who steps up and stakes your claim as a Big Four man who deserves a great woman in your life. And here's a little secret. Also one of many I reveal in the program. Guess what? All those women who say they hate men, a lot of it is performative. So they fit in with the prevailing gaggle of angry, bitter women out there that's telling them they should hate men. When the right man shows up, that Big Four man shows up, is authentic, knows who the hell he is and who he's looking for, and sweeps her off her feet, all of that performative negativity goes out the door. Now, if she really is jaded, if she really is against men, if it really is part of her deep-seated lifestyle, I think you're going to be able to figure that out very quickly over the course of a couple dates. If she's simply playing prevent defense over the course of those first couple dates, saying, yeah, I dated a couple guys and it didn't go well, and she's hopeful you won't be like those other guys, that's a different ballgame. That's when a Big Four man can cut past the BS that she's been socialized to express and get to the real heart of a real woman. Gentlemen, what's going on here, if you get right down to it, is you have been trolled. And you know what? So have women. What in the world are we doing trying to forget about each other when we were designed to be in partnership with each other? From now on, gentlemen, take the bull by the horns, man up, and actively go get women. You'll feel better about that. You won't be miserable anymore. Yeah, you may need to do some self-work. You may need to cut through some bad habits you've developed over the years, and you've certainly got to put the bad feelings you have towards women on the shelf. It might be a process, but in the end, men who get women are always much happier than the miserable crowd of guys who are trying to forget women. You were born, literally, quite literally, you were born to be a partner to a great woman who was quite literally born to be your partner as well. Don't buy into the negativity. Buy into millennia of proven science that men and women are supposed to be together. That'll be a great start if you actually want to be happy in the company of a great woman rather than being miserable in the mutual company of other men who have given up. Want to talk about this or anything else? Scott at mountaintoppodcast.com. Be good out there.
As always, visit mountaintoppodcast.com for more.